is your most hypocritical fanfiction take? The title says it all. I refuse to believe that I am the only author to have opinions about other people's fics that I don't apply to myself. To start off the thread, I'll even share one of mine. I can't stand seeing original characters in a fic. Even if the nature of the fandom warrants it, if I see an OC tag, it's an immediate nope from me. That being said, I've been building up an idea for a fic for the past 3-ish years, with 90% of the main cast being original characters. It's a problem, I know, but I'm trying to be a little less judgmental. In the meantime, what do y'all have to say? Same as you, OP. I don't like fics that focus heavily on OCs, but I used to write a lot of fics based on my D&D characters. I have a connection to my OCs. I created them. Someone else's OCs are an unknown that I'm hesitant to invest in. I have the same opinions about OC writing, but I also add, I hate love triangles. So much drama, choose already. Yet I write about love triangles, and only I can make them bearable. Yeah, sure. I have a relax, it's just fan fiction leniency when judging everyone's writing except my own. Other authors writing canon characters in an out-of-character way. Fun, intentional, experimental. What a neat AU. Me writing a canon character in an out-of-character way. I am a fool. My out-of-character is intentional and enlightened and comes from my great perversions, which are a pure-hearted reason to write them out of character. Your out-of-character comes from projection, self-inserting, and lack of understanding of said character. In reality, not all interpretations are valid, and some people are truly terrible at understanding characters. That said, I'm never wrong, and I understand these characters better than the author. Same. We are all victims of our own. I am clearly a sage for Blorbo. I struggle to find time to read fics and leave comments, but hate when I don't get comments. The day that I realized my absolute favorite comment I got was, "Her good soup," was the day that I realized not all comments need to be huge and sprawling and glowing, and it's made it much easier to just leave a comment saying how much I liked something. This genuinely changed my mindset. Here I am trying to leave massive reviews, and you're right, the best comments that I get are, or insert character dynamic, or I'm going to start ripping my bed sheets apart, this is so good, etc. I started commenting regularly a couple of months ago. It's so addictive. Literally, it makes me just as excited to get an answer from the author as it makes me to get a comment on my fic myself. I just wrote a 1,000-word comment, and I can't wait for a potential reply. I always tell people to write whatever they want and to not let comments influence them. When something reads like a melodrama, I roll my eyes and proceed to write something even more melodramatic. I hate when Americans write in American English for a British fandom. But then I also write in British English for American fandoms. I like British English in American fandoms. It feels zesty. Me. Fanfiction is fun. Do what you want. Write what you want. It's not that serious. Also me. Spends hours watching writing tutorials and reading writing books and having literal meltdowns because my writing sucks today. I see fanfictions with completely different standards than to the published literature I usually read, and am open to read anything. Self-indulgent, screenplays, chatfics, because I have very low standards for fanfics. If it entertains me, and I kudos it. However, I initially want my own fic to come close to my novel literature standards, and want to write it as complex and nuanced as possible. I don't read stuff unless it's complete. I'm not putting time into it just in the off chance it gets dropped. I haven't updated my fics in 2 years. I don't care if a fic isn't written perfectly or is formatted a little weirdly. But mine, it has to be perfect and an absolute masterpiece, or else it's terrible and no one will like it. And that, ladies, gents, and thems, is why I haven't uploaded in 2 years. Me noticing a typo in someone's work. I can see how that'd be missed. Me noticing a typo in my own project. Time to jump out this window then. Whenever I see a weird ship, I'm like, what? Those characters haven't even met. My most popular fanfic is between Kara and Clover, 2 characters who lived in entirely different time frames. I constantly complain how I wish people would write X-fic, or how all the fics for whatever I'm looking for are badly written or not what I want to read, and yet I've never written a single fanfiction myself. Whoops. Me, I'm always like, where are all the lesbians in very specific scenario? And I'm just sitting here not writing it. I hate when they gender bend characters so the characters are straight in the ship, but love it if they gender bend it and the ship becomes MM or FF. I won't read character death fics. I get terribly depressed. But I write them and just chose not to use warnings. That said, my death fics usually end up bringing characters back from the dead. Oh god, same. Immediate skip. But I don't ever revive them. Me and my dozens of character death one-shots. Me. It's important to take breaks when writing. Also me. I need to write this fic in one sitting. I hate when a fic doesn't have enough tags. But I'm so bad at tagging, I just leave it blank. I hate over-tagging, but simultaneously always try to add at least 2 funny tags to my own works, so that's rich coming from me. Think character is jealous of inanimate object, or mentions of the randomest bullshit in the fic type shit. I'm also so fucking critical of first POV in published fiction, aside from The Hunger Games, my baby girl. But ironically, my 2 favorite fics and my current work in progress are first-person POV. But they're also for the Hunger Games fandom, if that counts. If the blurb is poorly written, I assume the story will be a drag too. But as an author, I hate blurbs and I'm pretty rubbish at them. So there's that. I try to write the blurb first draft before I even write the story. That way I can go back and tweak it throughout the writing process, and it feels less like an extra task. Waiting till after a fic is done and polished to write the blurb just feels like torture. I probably use cliches I hate because I can't unread them or unthink about them. I want the entire fanfic to be building up to the characters eventually getting together. It's gotta be a slow burn for me to enjoy. The whole story should be about the characters getting and realizing their feelings. My own fics have the couple together by 2/3 of the way in, and there's always more. Factual writing. I don't care if you don't know the price of a Campbell's soup can in the 90s, but God forbid if I don't. Not me spending hours researching stupid geohistorical information on something most readers wouldn't care about, including me if I wasn't the author. This is so real. I took an entire class on the history of the American West so I can write accurate supernatural fanfic. I think everyone is so good at writing sweet fluff fics. Well, I feel like no one would read mine because they come off as boring unless it has some sort of depth or hurt or angst preceding or surrounding the comforting fluff parts. I hate it when the author ignores canon material just because it's more convenient. Then I proceed to write my own canon-ignoring material. In my defense, said canon material had not appeared or even been thought of when I started writing, and I really didn't want to go back and rework everything. I don't want to read paragraphs on paragraphs of internal monologues and prose. But in my own writing, every sentence is clearly necessary to understand the exact vibes and context from my head. I hate reading ambiguous endings. My favorite trope is hurt comfort, but when the comfort part of the fic isn't fleshed out, I feel dissatisfied. That said, the few fics I've written have always had ambiguous endings, or endings that weren't fully fleshed out. I like ending them on a hopeful note, but without the full comfort description I like to read in other fics. It's not even fully a laziness thing, but I just like leaving my fics open for other people's interpretation. I mean, ultimately, I want people to read my fics, and I don't read fics. Hard to get more hypocritical than that if some people's stance on the matter is to be believed. It's not like I'm taking some big stand against fanfiction or going, fanfiction is cringe lol, though. I just prefer to create rather than consume. Though I've had plenty of people on this subreddit tell me that's horrible and it's messed up to expect people to ever read my stuff if I'm not reading other people's stuff anyway. I have an awful knee-jerk reaction whenever I see someone adding their obvious self-insert OC that's clearly just meant to be self-indulgent wish fulfillment. It annoys me to no end. This is also my favorite type of fanfiction to write. Being anti-incest as a reader, I've written like 4 incesty fics. I don't like Omegaverse because it always feels dubcon, but I read straight up non-con at times. My kinks in fanfiction are things I would never do in my real life. I don't like reading my main OTP in reverse top-bottom. There are promising fics out there with incredible plots about them, but if it is not in my preferred top and bottom for the smut, then I won't be reading them because I don't trust how it'll be written. Although, I myself enjoy writing them very versatile in bed. It's crazy! I felt guilty about it time ago, but now I don't care. I'm just like that, I guess. Tags should be accurate and not misleading. Uses vague tags like, things happen and I'm so sorry because spoilers feel illegal. Miscommunication is lazy writing. Uses miscommunication because it's emotionally efficient and I wanted pain now, not later. Grammar isn't a deal breaker. One misplaced homophone and I'm suddenly a copy editor. I don't care about popularity. Sorts by kudos every single time. I'll comment more. Leaves kudos, bookmarks, screenshots a favorite line, and still doesn't comment. Word count doesn't matter. Sorts by 50k plus and ignores everything under 2k. I hate chatty author's notes. Reads every single author's note and gets emotionally invested in the author's life updates. Reader hypocrisy is basically survival instincts mixed with dopamine-seeking behavior. We know better. We simply do not behave better. Me. Write what you like. Also me. But not like that. Big thank you to my Patreon members, my Little Ruse, Nebulatic Vexen, Donka42, John Huang, Laser Scorpio, Mintara, Somnophobic Danny, Savage Otters, Valzy, Terabyte AIX, Kestrel, Dragonborn Canid, Angie Ender, Marpsk, Wendigo, and Yellow Mochi Cat. Thank you so much for your extra support on Patreon. It means the world to me. Hope you guys are doing well, keep on being awesome. I love seeing your comments on my Patreon posts every now and again, so if you ever want to chat, just leave a comment, send me a message. Like I said, I really appreciate you. The same goes to my YouTube channel members, my mini ruse, Foxstar Killer, Rainy Cant, Alyssa North 24, Siggy, Chef Vince, and those Midnight Daydreams. Thank you so much for your extra support. I'm so glad to have you be a part of my YouTube channel. I also enjoy seeing you guys in the comments. Sorry I usually see them like a week or 2 late, but I know I show up on the channel as a kangaroo, but really I'm slow like a turtle. Tonka turtle. And thank you to everyone else watching this who I haven't named. I really appreciate you watching till the end of the video. So tell me, what makes you hypocritical in the world of fanfiction? Add on to this discussion from the jolly good folks at the fanfiction subreddit. And that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one, I hope, and until then, keep on smiling and add a little whimsy to your life today. Do it for me. Please. Goodbye.